Hey guys, welcome back to a Vinny Built Structures video. I've had a couple of requests from some of my subs that would like to see how I build my structures. Apparently they want to see my technique and how I do it for the get-go and all of that stuff. So I'm going to try and do that. I've never done a live build complete. I've always done segments, but we'll see how this works out. Also, my house faces north, with my window just behind me facing east, so it gets hot in this room early in the morning, and the train room actually faces west. So I will be working on my layout in the morning hours and working on the model in the afternoon and evening hours. This way it's cool in both rooms. Yeah, it's been pretty hot here the last few days. We're hitting 100 degrees already. Kind of hot for this time of the year, but oh well, I chose to live here, so I got to deal with it. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, we're going to start off with the supplies and tools that I need for Eric Ehlers' engine house. Anyhow, we're going to start off with, we're going to do the exterior of the building. It's going to be this light primer gray, and it's going to have the signature Vinny Built Structure stripe along the top. And then I spoke with Eric this morning, and we decided on doing interior walls with a light gray and a dark gray. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but this is with graphite. You guys can see that. This would be the light gray, and this little section here would be the graphite. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that. Don't know if it's coming up or not. But anyhow, not decided on the dark gray yet, if it's going to be one of these three. Anyhow, moving on. Various sizes and types of masking tape. And I want to thank whoever it was, and I forgot who it was, told me to use Painter's blue tape, and I got a couple of those. The tools, this little set right here was a gift from my buddy David Durbin. So was the striping. I'll be using various types of squares, triangles. Also, this also was a gift from my buddy David. Nacho scale rule, file, emery board really, 12-inch steel rule, 6-inch steel rule, scissors, another knife, small screwdriver, mechanical pencil, a couple of different pliers, side cutters, and needle nose, various types of adhesive, regular plastic, super glue, and this liquid stuff I use with the plexiglass. Anyhow, that's it for the tools I'll be using. Now let's move over to the materials I'll be using. Alright, so you all seen the mock-up of the building, and now I'll show you the supplies I'm going to be using. Of course, you guys know that I'm a big fan of the no parking sign, so that's going to be the base. For windows, I'm going to be using these here 40 pane windows, and they are a Grant Line product that I got off of, let's see if I can get his name right. It's debnlcc.com. He's got a lot of these detail parts, so I decided to get that, and I just ordered 3 more packs of these. The larger windows will be going down on the bottom like this. There'll be 4 on each side, and then on the top I will be using these. These are also Grant Line. I don't have the package, so I don't remember the number, but they will be going up on the top. And there'll be 3, 2, 3, and 2. I should show you that a little bit better. Anyhow, there'll be 3 windows here, and move that out of the way. 2 windows up here, and then the same on the other side and the same in the back. For the office and machine shop, another Grant Line product. These windows are a bit smaller, and I think they would be appropriate for the machine shop and for the office. Okay, moving on. I use this here. It's Evergreen 14526, and it is 40 thousandths metal siding with 40 thousandths spacing. This is, as you can see, the size of the bag. These come in 12-inch by 24-inch sizes. And for this project, because it's so big, I had to get 2 of these. The next thing we'll be doing is some more Evergreen products. We're going to have some I-beams. I intend to do some steel structure work inside the building. And we'll also be using the 125 by 156 strips, along with the 100 by 100 strips. And that's about it for the parts and tools that I'll be using for this. Stay tuned, and next project we will be doing was we'll be sizing up the walls, making sure everything fits, and then we'll cut out the windows. So stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. Oh yeah, I forgot one more tool, just in case things don't go right. We got the BFH. I just pounded into submission. Anyhow, that was a little joke, fellas. Anyhow, that's it. Stay tuned, and we'll be back for some more. Bye. Alright guys, all kinds of bills, no matter what it is, warehouse, house, whatever, everything starts from the foundation and goes up. So that's what we're going to do here. I have pre-marked a couple of places that I want to cut this foundation at, and we're going to go ahead and mark it off. Also, I do check for square, which it is on this end, and it is on this end. So I'll go ahead and draw my line where I'm going to cut, and I'm using a marker, a Sharpie. Works well on this material. Alright, and then we're going to cut along this red line here, which will be the front. And we'll go ahead and do this here, get them on the red line. I'm assuming, and I shouldn't really be doing this, but I'm assuming that these are square, but we'll check it anyhow. And it is there, and it is there. So we'll go ahead and draw this one. Now I want to leave a little footprint for the office building. Get a little concrete base to it. So again, like I said, I already pre-marked it, and we will go ahead and make sure he's square. And he's good on this side. And we'll check this side here. Oops, that wasn't good. Not a good thing. And we're square there. Come on, Vincent, stay still. And we'll square it up over here one more time on my mark. And there we go. And now we'll just draw this from here to here. And then we will come into in a bit right here, and then the final one, well, not the final one, but last, Okay, we'll square him up again over here. And that looks good. And that looks good. So now we'll just take it from here and go out to the end like that. And then the final line will be, sorry guys, it's going to take a while. You guys want to see how it's done, so we're doing it. Alright, the last one is going to be here. Like right here. And right there. Alright, we got it all marked out now, and we will start the cutting process. So what we're going to do is I want my lines to be as straight as I can possibly get them. And it's hard to hold a 15-inch ruler straight, so I usually will get my little clamps, and we will clamp these down. Let me get a better little angle here. Sorry, I'm working with caveman tools, guys, but it works. It works for me, so. Alrighty then, put him there. Make sure we're on our line. And now we'll just tweak it up good. And you know what I use on this, right? Is to scribe and snap. So, wait a minute. It moved a little bit. Sorry guys, but this is what I go through when I do a build. Try and get everything as square as I can. Alright, so now we take a nice straight, even cut. And keep cutting. I could go all the way through if I want, and maybe that's what I'll do. Now when I do the long side, it's going to be a problem because I don't have my my bigger clamps available. Yeah, I know, I need to get a bunch of tools to do these scratch builds. Alright, well, technically, it should snap right off where I want it. And there's the first piece, cut off. Alright, now, let's see, how are we going to do this? I guess this one here we'll just have to hold by hand. We'll go to a shorter ruler. Okay, and the same thing again. Now this stuff is about between 30 and 40 thousandths thick. And I know you guys are probably going to get bored watching this, so I'll probably fast forward through all of this section. That one's all the way through. Alright, now we'll go to the next part, which will be right here. And like my buddy Greg says, you can use all the measuring devices you want, but the best device you have is your eyes. So even though I have my lines all squared up, I always check to see if I have a right angle right here. And it looks like I do. So we're going to cut this right here. Just going to cut him right off. Alright, piece number 2 ready to come off. And I save all these scrap pieces, fellas, because you never know when they might come in handy. Alright, the next cut will be here. And for that one, I'm going to bring out my 4th measuring device, which is an 18-inch ruler. And we're just going to put him on this line right here. And we'll cut. Now, one thing you gotta remember is when you guys paint these signs or glue on these signs, you need to rough up the area. The surface is too glossy to accept any paint or any glue. So I find that when I have to do a spot with other plastics, I usually use the super glue, and it works very well. Alright, that piece should be ready to come off too. And there you go. There's number 2. And I save all these pieces because they'll probably come in handy at some time or another. Alright. 2 more cuts. And this one's going to be a hard one because I have no way to clamp this down. Let's see. Does it fit this way? No, it almost fits that way. Might work. Alright, and we'll give this a little clamping. I know it's very unorthodox the way I do this stuff, guys, but it works for me, like I said earlier, so we're going to continue doing it this way until I can get some real tools. We will work on this just the way we got it. Anyhow, let's move him out a little bit. That line looks good. Clamp him down really good. And this might be a little difficult here, guys. I'm hanging over the edges, but let's see. I can kind of hold it up with my finger, I guess. Now let's see if that's ready to crack off of there. There you go. Another piece cut off. One more cut and the foundation will be ready. And that cut's going to be right here. And we'll go ahead and cut it right along the red line like we did earlier. little bit of an accident there. It's because I was so close to that hole. And I didn't want that hole to be part of this foundation part. Alright, we'll take care of that with no problem. Alright, we got a little hanger here, but we'll get rid of him real easy. There you go. Alright. So now the foundation has been cut out. And the next step of the foundation will be paint. But let me show you how that's going to be on here. Oh, they're falling apart. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this back together here. This is kind of flimsy the way everything is all set up right now because it's only being held with masking tape. But what you can see that I have done here was give everybody some concrete in front of the structure, which is here and all on the sides here, and for the office and all that stuff. Anyhow, that's it for now. The next part of this will be painting the foundation, and I will be priming it first with white, and then we'll figure out what color we're going to go from there. Stay tuned and we'll be back soon. Alright guys, we're ready for the next step here. Like I told you earlier, the best thing to do when you're working with this plastic is to go ahead and give it a little bit of a rub down with some sandpaper. You guys can see that. It's 150 grit. And I'm not going to sand it hard. I'm just going to get the sheen off of it. And also when you cut it, there'll be a ridge left around the entire deal, which you'll have to get rid of too, otherwise your parts won't fit. So, take care of that first. Alright, so now we'll just give a little scuff, and it's kind of windy outside today, so I don't know if I'll be able to paint this today, but all we're doing is scuffing this up so the primer will adhere to it. Just make sure you get your edges really good, because there'll be a lip on there and you won't get true fit on anything. Alright, that should do it. Now we'll just wipe it down. A little bit of water. Get all the dust off of it. Also, the color will come off, as you can see on the sponge, so you need to get that off of there. And I think that's good enough. We'll let this dry up, and then we'll see if we'll take it outside and paint it. Alright guys, we're out here in my backyard. It's a little breezy, so I don't know if this is going to work. But anyhow, a trick to spray painting is always start the spray before your project and finish it after. So, this is what I'm talking about. We'll start it here and go across this way. And again, we just do that until we get the whole thing covered up. You guys can see the wind blowing. This is going to require a couple of coats. I will flip it around and go in the other direction as soon as the wind stops blowing. Sorry if I'm getting in the way, fellas, but I gotta kind of work with the wind that's going on here today. This will be the first coat. The second coat will be the light gray primer. Be for the base color of this. Alright, and I'll do the same procedure with the gray. Alright guys, we're going to give it the first coat of the gray primer now. It's been about 15 minutes and this is pretty much dried up already. So we'll give it the old gray. And here we go. I may have to do this on another day. Oh wow, look at that, I put a big old gash in there. Of course, it's kind of windy out here today and the paint is going where it wants to go, not where I want it to go. Alright guys, well I found a different place to paint this foundation part up, and as you can see that it is pretty much done. So for now, this will conclude this first section or segment of the build for Eric Ehlers. The next build we'll be doing, or the next video I'll be doing, will be squaring up the walls and getting them all to the exact sizes I need, and we'll mark out the windows and start cutting the windows. Anyhow, for now, that's all folks. BNSF 6951 out.